My name is Katherine the Great, and I've been going to Burning Man for 5 years now.
So what was your first year? What was the theme?
The theme for my first year was Beyond Belief, so that was 2003.
Okay. And in the 5 years you've been going, what do you remember about Burning Man past?
It's funny because I was actually just looking at some photographs from 2002 and 2003, and what was sort of amazing was how uncrowded it was. That just, at least compared to this most recent year, the number of people has just gotten, like, you can really tell how much more crowded the event has gotten by looking at photographs and seeing just how densely people are camped and, you know, people show up in your pictures of the event. So,
Okay, we're talking about 2007, right?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just want to clarify.
So, and it's one of those things that, I mean, I've been going sequentially every single year. You don't sort of notice it from year to year, but then looking across that gap, it's amazing that it's what, doubled in that time, if that? I'm not sure, but it's definitely growing pretty quickly.
What's your favorite thing about Burning Man?
My favorite thing about Burning Man is the fact that my dreams come true at Burning Man. And that it's not just me making my dreams come true, because that's definitely part of why I go, is that, you know, the wildest thing that I could ever think of, I have a place to do it and a thing and an event to do it for. But that other people make my dreams come true. And dreams I didn't even know I had, but then I step into them and I'm like, you did this for me, didn't you? This is my dream coming true. So it's just that kind of imagination goes into it, and that you can have that experience of, you know, seeing the most amazing thing that you've dreamt of rolling down the street and you didn't even have to build it. It's just fantastic.
Now, are you going this year?
I am going this year.
Where are you camping?
I'm going to be camping with the Alternative Energy Zone.
And are you doing anything specifically that you're bringing personally to the playa, or are you contributing to a project?
I'm doing a couple of little things here and there, mostly, but they're pretty low key. I'm gonna have a pretty low key year as far as the projects I'm involved in, because I'm moving right before Burning Man, which is totally, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
But most of the things I'm gonna be doing some projects for my village. We have a lot of because we're all about alternative energy, so we have. I'm actually going to be doing some informational restructuring, because that's my day job is as a librarian, and so I'm good at that kind of thing. So it's nerdy, geeky stuff, but I think it'll be a really good resource.
Okay, so nerdy, geeky stuff. Is that how you describe a burner?
It's a part of it. I think I would put the word artist in there first. I think a burner is somebody who is quite comfortable with making their dreams a reality, and with either, you know, roping their friends in, or learning the skills to build, or the, you know, tech code, or whatever it takes to have this vision in their head that they want to create in the physical world. I think that's what it means to me to be a burner.
Okay, and now looking ahead to 3, 4, 5, 10 years, any predictions for the future of Burning Man?
You know, I'm not sure, because I've seen it. I feel like I've been going for a relatively short amount of time, and I've seen it change across that time in such a way that, I mean, and then I've also seen all these sort of other things that involve burners but aren't necessarily Burning Man, or, you know, Burning Man.
Oh, you mean other
decompression events? Or other types of events that draw a lot of that same kind of building, making, having fun, throwing a party, those types of aspects of what Burning Man is, but in ways that are completely not related to the actual event of Burning Man. And so I think that sort of distributed network of sort of smaller events is really what the future of Burning Man is. And I mean, I think it's, in some respects, it's a little bit unfortunate, because I think that the event itself, because Burning Man is such a big deal, people just go over the top. They'll like the waffle or this amazing project that you couldn't have even believed. People put so much effort into it. And I think with these smaller things around and here and about, if there's 5 of them in a year instead of one big event, then I think the impact and just the amount of effort people can expend for it means that it's going to be on a smaller scale. But, it's sort of a trade-off, because when it's a smaller event, you can kind of fly under the radar. There may be not a lot of, law enforcement and governmental interest, and I think you can get away with a lot of stuff with a smaller
community.
Yeah.
Drink.
Yeah. Have a drink. Drink.
2 questions. Advice to the virgin burner?
Be open for anything. Be open to anything that can happen, and know what your personal boundaries are, but know that sometimes pushing your own boundaries is in an uncomfortable way is actually quite good for you.
And advice for the veteran burner who's possibly jaded?
Who's possibly jaded? Like somebody? I would say...
Are you dating?
Keep it fresh.
Are you dating a possibly jaded burner?
No, I think he's dating a possibly jaded burner. I would say keep it fresh. Remember, because the event will change. That change is inevitable. Change is the only constant, and I think that as long as the ways that the event is changing, you still find something in what it is. You still find some kind of fulfillment in going, and something that you can have a take-home lesson, or you learn something about yourself, or you get something out of the event that's worth going. As long as the change stays within that, then find ways to enjoy yourself rather than just sort of reminiscing or saying, I used to be better. But find a way to keep it fresh, I think is my advice.
Thank you very much.